I said the king's in the building. Tell me how you feeling. Yeah, I said the king's in the building. Tell me how you feeling.
Hey everybody, Tosan from Viral Rugby here. This is Viral Rugby 1v1. And I have with me today a distinguished guest, wing for the Atlanta Harlequins, U.S. Marine, and a little Debbie cake smuggling somebody, Dominique. How you doing?
Hello. How are you?
I can't complain. Life is all right. You know, every day above ground is a good day.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right? Yeah, that's how you gotta look at it. Every you can put one foot in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get right to the meat of the matter. So you're here today, and we want the Viral Rugby faithful to get to know you. So what that's going to entail, we're going to have some very simple questions: who, what, when, where, why type of things. So you guys get to know Dominique, and then we will give Dominique a chance to address you guys and tell about herself and some of the things that she's experiencing, and it allows for everyone to get to know sort of the personalities and people that are a part of of USA Rugby, the community as a whole, at all levels: the elite level, professional level, international level, etc. So we're here with somebody playing at the elite level. It's the top level that a woman can play here in the United States. So tell me about yourself. Let's get you know, the how you doing, where you from, type of thing.
I'm great. I'm excited to do this and be a part of the Viral Rugby. Thank you. I played, wing for the Atlanta Harlequins. I got started 2013. 2013, I started with the St. Louis Sabres. How I got started, one of the Sabres, Sarah Newton, actually played slow pitch softball. We were playing recreational softball, beer league stuff. And someone popped the ball. I was playing third base, and she saw me run and catch the ball and hit a tree, and the ref called out of play, so it didn't even count. But afterwards, she came up and was like, "You look like you want to play rugby." And so since it's been love ever since.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a cool story. So how'd that tree feel?
Hey, the tree probably hurt.
Now, see, have you ever run into a tree playing rugby?
No. Yes.
See?
Yes.
So people at home, don't play softball. Play rugby. See? Anecdotal evidence. You heard it here first. Viral Rugby.
Ran into a Canadian tree in Las Vegas. She was very large and ran.
Not a Canadian tree.
We call that a maple tree.
I got her. It'd be like that sometimes. Every player at some point in our lives, we went for a tackle, and then we're looking up at the sky. Like, what happened?
Yup.
Hey, it's like that though. Hey, at least you stuck your head in there. That's what you're supposed to do. Your body's in front of them. Only good things can happen.
I'm taking that tree.
Exactly. One branch at a time, right? So, let's say you covered the next question, which was how you got into the game. We talked offline, and you mentioned your coaching.
Yes.
So tell me about your youngins.
I live in Florida currently. I coach the Wellington High School girls. I'm an assistant coach of the Wellington High School girls team. They're called the Wizards. Mm-hmm. I have a few of them, and they're great. They're head in, ready to learn, excited to learn. It's going to be some great talent seeing these younger rugby players come up. Like, I wish I was playing rugby when I was 14, 15, 16. Like, they're running it.
Well, you remember, growing in high school, right? You remember how enthusiastic we were about everything? That's a big deal. Like, that's one thing that, we kind of lose as we get older and play sports longer. We get kind of too cool for school. Like, we're not as hype as we used to be. I remember being in the locker rooms. We had crunk music going, and we just going ridiculous. Like, I get hyped now just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But those were the experiences that we have, and I want more people to have that energy in the game. It'll actually sustain them longer. Kind of help with things like burnout and stuff like that. You know, it's gotta be enjoyable. I remember that. That's what keeps your enthusiasm up. So you're working with young folks,
and that's what I'm trying to instill in them, is that rugby culture as well. It's not just the game, it's not just the hard hits and all that stuff. That is very much a part of it, but you have to love your teammates and love your opponents as well to keep each other safe in the game, but still have a fun and good time along with it. So keeping them into that mindset and growing them into that culture, not just the game itself, has been really rewarding as well.
Hey, fantastic. And way to shout out your young girls out there. You know, shout out to the Wizards. Okay? Hey, good luck this summer playing sevens. So what are some of your favorite teams and players to watch?
Teams and players. You can't, count out your South African men's team. Roscoe Speg, Sintala, Cecil Africa. As far as women's and such, my Black Ferns, Portia Woodman, Elia Green, Australia, Cass Lake from Australia. Canada runs hard too. And, our U.S. sides have been a really big pickup this year and have just kind of blown me away. Men's and women's side with Perry Baker just smashing them on the wing, and Barrett just shoving it down their throats.
Bowling ball himself. Like,
yeah. Our women's side, Kristen Thomas, Nia Tapper, was that Imba coming through and just running them down. I love the power. I love the speed. I love to see just that big driving force that the U.S. is coming through with here recently.
It's exciting to watch, right? Because we're seeing ourselves in situations where we're physically competitive. And I think that's one of the best things about it, because it makes for a good product. Like, with somebody walking by, seeing the U.S. playing against, say, insert any team here, they see that they're playing a physically exciting game. Yep. That makes it interesting to watch, even if you don't understand the sport yet. But you get the idea that somebody's running with the ball and somebody's trying to tackle them. You get when somebody gets planted. You know what that meant. You get when somebody gets the ball over the line and people start celebrating. That's all really you need to know. The rest you can learn, and appreciating all the nuance and tradition and whatnot. So absolutely good call there. Let's say, so now I guess tell me about about your club. You guys are in the WPL. What's going on with that? I know you're playing sevens now, but in the fall, WPL picks up. What's going to be going on with that?
Yeah, play for the Atlanta Harlequins. WPL side, we have a D2 and a WPL side. Mm-hmm. Women's Premier League runs in the fall, the only runs in the fall. Right. Mm-hmm. It's very competitive. It's a very competitive league and level to play at. My teammates, you gotta love your teammates. You grow, you fight, you come on the field, you kick butt, you come off, you practice together, and you work hard. That's how a team should be. That's why I'm glad we have our D2 and our WPL side. So then we have a level in which we can kind of WPL to D2, spread that culture, spread that knowledge, and support. And likewise, D2 comes and supports us in the fall and stuff like that. It makes it a lot better when you have a team that you can actually work with and talk to, and that you're cohesive with when you're traveling as much as you are. WPL is a challenge when it comes to things financially, but we work as a team, we fundraise as a team, and help each other out to make sure that we can travel as a team. So that's my experience with the Harlequins. I've been there the last 2 years, last 2 WPL seasons, so I'm hoping to make this my third and come out and blow away nationally.
Fantastic, and best of luck going forward with that. A good club to do it, and great place to do it. So I guess you kind of touched on fundraising. So I wonder, so you're kind of, you started in 2013. What are some of the challenges that you find like players like yourself are encountering in terms of competing in the WPL and the things that you have to deal with in terms of, where the schedule travel, things like that? It's
the level of competitiveness and not being able to know, like, am I going to be rostered this week? Am I not? If I travel, will I play? It's very competitive in that sense. And so you have to set that commitment level for yourself. Like, even if I potentially don't play, I'm still rostered. I still have to travel. And sometimes you don't play. Sometimes you don't see the field. And being able to get away from work is a challenge as well. You have to take off, 3-4 days, come back on a Monday and you're beat up and all that good stuff. But it's also a challenge in a sense where having that career and job where you can actively take off and do that without having an issue, that job security.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a personal trainer. I'm a certified personal trainer. Right now, I am a fitness director of a health club.
Excellent. So you mean that people can email you for online programs and things like that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Online training, eh?
Yes.
I can stand to lose a little bit.
Yeah, athleticism, all that stuff.
Excellent. So, yeah, I'm about to say, hey, Rugby.com, her contact information will be there. If you guys need a trainer, online help, anything like that, she's there for you. Boom. Bicep shot.
But on top of that, making money and funds for yourself to do what you love is a sacrifice in itself. You sacrifice the time, you sacrifice the financial stability to be able to do what you want to do, what makes you happy. I don't know how many times I've had women come to me and say, rugby has saved my life. Rugby has helped me so much. That is my mental, that is my everything. It literally is. And so I want people to realize that there isn't just one way of going through and being able to pay for what you need to pay for. So hence why I've gotten a sponsor myself to help with that. And not only is it a sponsor to help me towards my dreams, she's a very big motivation to me. Hustle Faith, she's a life coach, public speaker, and such. So we have one-on-ones and conversations on that level as well. And she pushes me. Olympics 2020, you train today? Did you eat today? What are you doing? And I have to show that I'm worthy of these certain things. So when I post videos on my Facebook or on my Instagram and stuff of me exercising and working out, so y'all know it's not a joke. This is what I do on my day-to-day, on a day-to-day basis, is centered around training for rugby, eating for rugby, and making money to pay for rugby.
Right. Well, exactly. I think that's what, elite competition, and preparing for elite competition, that's what it is. It's that level of commitment. It's all the things that you mentioned before. Rugby is that social area where we get like that support and we make connections and bonds with people and, we lean on and etc. But at the highest level of competition, there's that next step, which is you've got to perform. You may fly from here to San Francisco. You might play 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes is because somebody got hurt and you got to jump in and you have to perform at that position. Sometimes cold. I play front row, and I've been in that position where roster change happens. You have to be ready. Oh, by the way, it's a scrum on your 22, and we've got to make sure that this is it. We got to take it or win it. We have to win it. There's no way around it. That type of deal. Definitely can dig that. I think one thing I wanted you to talk about a little bit is sort of the process you went through for getting a sponsor. Because that's some information I feel like people can use and they don't really think about on the individual level. They're always thinking, okay, they have to go through the clubs to do these things. They can get club sponsors, but individuals can get that as well.
Yes. You find your niche. You find your audience per se. And so if you have something to offer to someone, whether that be your marketing, as rugby players, we travel all over the country for tournaments. We come across thousands and thousands of people. So you have that marketing, that space to push for something that they have, push for their product and things like that. So if you're able to come up with that plan in which it's a mutual benefit for the both of you, it will work. Whether it be your selling gear, what I do is I have these wristbands, Hustle Faith wristbands, Hustle Faith hats, and I sell those and I tell my story with it. You know, a portion of this goes towards the life coaching and goes towards, you know, her traveling and doing public speaking and such. But a portion of that literally goes towards my tournament fees, my travel, my food, everything. And so if you're able to get to people, you have to get to the why. Why should people give you money? Why should people support you in this way? Because it's not just a hobby.
True.
So if you can portray that to people and find your audience in which this person wants to support you or this company wants to support you, ask for it.
I think that's it.
Grab it.
That's it. I mean, you know, my professional life of a management consultant and in the business development aspect of things, people will talk about everything in the world and forget to ask for the business.
Yes.
And sometimes they would have long since sold the person. The person was absolutely, completely ready to sign on the dotted line, but they were never asked.
You know, all you had to do was ask.
Exactly. And I think that's one thing that's very, very important. I want to impress on athletes here that sometimes in the rugby community and culture, we kind of look down on it a little bit. The idea of building an individual brand and why that's important. I think that, you know, it's not that people need to be assholes. It's more that people need to create an ability to generate these sponsorships and revenue and things like that. And visible faces and brands and personalities are a big part of why at the professional level it operates the way it does.
Yes.
A good example, Odell Beckham, he's being paid more to wear shoes than play football. Because that's just how that operates and how on the one extreme end of these things go. But on the other end, people that back you and believe in what you're doing and you have a brand to go along with it, they'll happily support that. Like you're selling the Hustle Faith gear. I think that's a wonderful thing. And it's a great message. It's an inspiring one. I would love to support you, by the way. Support the both of you. I think that's something that people can get behind. And I think there's a small company called Like a Pro that's doing kind of like, they've kind of created online shops for people to do that with t-shirts and things. These are very important things that if rugby is going to move to the next level in this country, we have to get that business process down.
Yes.
And lose the whole discomfort with people building their own individual brands.
I felt that. I felt that, and I think that was surface. That was from me. That wasn't from any pressure outside in particular, but like, okay, what are they going to think? What if I do this? Does it seem like I'm doing this, parting away from the team? And that's exactly what it is. But you have to think about what you are trying to do. There's no one way about doing it. Our team does fundraising. That's awesome. But I also need to fundraise for myself so I can also pay the team.
There it is. About to say the team. You make the team in the however many. I guess you guys practice 3 days a week. However many hours minus 96 in a week that you would have to train. That's when you make the team. Yep. Being on the pitch, you know, you're not going to magically do it just by showing up. And that's not something else. I think that a lot of people, you already know this, but a lot of people that are stepping up a level that believe just showing up, because the recreational rugby is largely showing up, making up the numbers, and then the best people play. But the elite level, it's much more tactical than that. With rest, with certain matchups, that type of deal. You want a certain game that you're going to play this week. That means you have a certain roster that you're putting together. Combinations that work together, who's in form, all that type of thing. So the individual pressure is quite a bit higher, but it also makes for better rugby.
Yes.
It feels a little bit more like you're committed to something.
Mm-hmm. Because when you train yourself as an individual, you bring that level of commitment and training to your team as a whole. And that's what makes you a unit, is that you train outside of just as a team, and then you come together and you're just one smashing machine.
Exactly. Out of many comes one. You know?
Yeah.
And that's literally probably the best way to look at it. All these things that come together, and then they operate like an orchestra that's, you know, to make beautiful music. Sometimes intense, sometimes soft, sometimes fast, sometimes slow.
Yep.
But always impactful. Excellent. All right. So.
And sevens, I'll be playing with the Phoenix this
Cool.
summer.
Shout out to Coach Hakeem.
Yay.
Yeah. How's it going, AL? You gonna be on the show? You gonna give me a call? Give me a call. Call me.
We did the business in Vegas, playing against the Australians, the Canada team.
Tell me about what that was like. I think was that your first exposure to international competition?
That was the tree that I was telling you about earlier. No, it was amazing. That was my first time playing like international type competition like that. This was literally girls who feed into their national team. Yeah,
these are the A's, and some of them are internationals, flat out.
Yep. And it was big, it was fast, it was hard hitting, it was ruthless. But we came out there, we showed out. The first 2 days, we got whooped on by them. The Australian, Canadian, and the New York Olympic Development Academy. We played them as well. They were in our pool. So then the second day came, the third days came the hardware and stuff. And we took those beatings, and then we won every game after that to take the field. And so it was like, wow.
Right. There's always that sort of shocking moment when the pace of the game is something you haven't seen before, and it takes time for you to acclimate. Now, you guys probably haven't played a whole bunch together either, so there's some Asian things like that type of deal. So defense becomes very difficult there. But on the second day after you've taken your lumps together, you had a chance to consolidate and regroup. So now people that are good at things are able to do good things with each other, which is a really big deal on the second day. And also, it doesn't get any tougher than it did the first times that you played.
Exactly.
So now you're like, you've seen this before. You're a little bit sore, you're a little bit banged up, but that's fine. It'll go away in the first minute. And then you're back at it, and then you go forward. That's excellent. Excellent. All right. So for this one, last question. I'd say, so why should someone play for your club?
The Atlanta Harlequins, we're the party team. I would say a party team like in a bad way, but when we go to tournaments, it's just all love. We're very much together as a team, and our culture. We do good fundraising activities so we can try to keep the pricing low. We do a lot of just activities together, all in all. The golf tournament is fun. That actually just passed here at the beginning of May. We do a fundraising golf tournament, and it's like all you can drink for the golfers, 9 holes, they get their cards, all that stuff. So we do it. We do it. It's competitive. It's competitive too, and that's a part. If you want to learn some rugby, if you want to play some good rugby, then you'll want to come. The sevens program is starting up practice as well, and we have fun and we play hard rugby. That's all.
Fantastic. So, like capture what you said. It's competitive. They're good.
Great.
And it's fun.
We have a vast variety, a very huge variety of women who come out of this club.
Brilliant women.
Engineers, doctorates, across the board. And so when you get to know these people and build that market within your team, there's so many of us you can't lose. If you need something, someone's there. You need somebody to watch your dog, pick you up, anything, they're always there. And that's a very big part of coming into Atlanta a couple years ago, because I didn't know anybody. I had just moved there, and then I went to practice. And I was like, oh, okay. And they took me in,
Absolutely.
So,
hey, is T still playing for y'all? She used to play hooker.
T.
She used to play for Raleigh. She moved to Atlanta.
Like,
Yeah.
she's back with Venom. They're about to go to. They're in Denver.
Oh, she moved back up. Okay, I knew she was
Yeah.
down. I knew she was down in Atlanta for a little bit after she finished her doctorate. Okay, cool.
Yeah, shout out to Raleigh Venom going to take D1 Nationals here in Colorado this weekend.
Serious business. Shout out to Raleigh. I coached against them when I was coaching a women's team. Great trip to make. Long trip, about 4.5 hours from us, but we gave them some good games. But they're always a tough and well-coached team. Good to see them really kind of resurging themselves and asserting themselves at the level that they are now. I think that's fantastic, actually. They have the facility. So now, if they can continue to get the bodies, there's no reason they shouldn't be a stalwart program in the U.S. They've done the hard part. They've gotten the facility down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the bodies, then they should be a national program at any given time.
Yes, they're really good, and I've had the honor of playing with T and Venom before, and they're really good. They're solid.
Yeah, they're a good group. One of my favorite guys I propped against played for the Raleigh men. Shout out to Isaac Myers and his wife. We've been banging heads for at least 12 years. I like it. Loose head, tight head, boom, 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 boom. But one of the best. I do enjoy going down there and playing against them. The trip is always good, great social, and overall they've done it the right way. They're dealing with the youth very heavily, and it's going to leave an imprint on the national sphere of things. So it's quite good. I like your answer. Great answer. So now, the lightning round.
Oh.
So for the folks at home who don't know what this is, it's going to be kind of inside the actor's studio, where I'm just going to fire off the most random questions possible. Are you ready?
Yes.
You
Sure. Okay. Yes.
Rugby in one word is
Love.
favorite color.
Blue.
Morning person or night?
Night.
Are you wearing pants?
Actually, yes.
Favorite movie?
Ooh, Emperor's New Groove.
Strangest food you've eaten?
Snails?
Raw?
Yeah.
Oh wow. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
1,000.
Favorite rapper?
Ooh, Kendrick right now.
Choose a weapon that isn't a gun.
A scythe.
Favorite cartoon character?
Jake from Adventure Time.
Good choice. Your rugby playing style in one word.
Fast.
Current guilty pleasure.
Banana pudding.
Yeah, me too. Favorite curse word.
Fuck.
Favorite superhero.
Ooh. That's hard. Iron Man.
Nice. Hunter, farmer, or gatherer?
I'm a farmer.
Who would play you in a movie?
Zoe Saldana.
I wish I was.
A pickle.
Describe your dancing in one word.
Is that a word?
That works. Oh man. All right. Favorite pizza topping?
Mushrooms.
Nike or Adidas?
Ooh, Adidas.
Do you snore?
Ridiculous.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
Soda or pop?
Pop.
Favorite Disney movie?
Emperor's New Groove.
One item you can't live without.
Food.
Beyonce or Rihanna?
Rihanna.
One state you would remove from the U.S.
Texas.
A movie you can recite line by line.
Step Brothers.
Favorite board or card game?
Uno. Uno.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were an adult beverage, you would be
A Long Island iced tea.
strong.
Yep.
Get you drunk quick. What is your favorite internet rugby show?
Viral Rugby 1v1 with Tosan. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Wonder Woman's favorite barbecue chef. Don't forget it.
Yes.
Go see Wonder Woman this weekend. All right, hey, that's it, everybody. Thanks for spending time with us and getting to know Dominique and having a good time with us. The little Debbie Cake Smuggler herself,
Hey.
aka U.S. Marine, aka MC Peaches.
Yeah. Beach is in the house.
Say bye to everybody, Dominique.
Bye. Thank you guys.
And tune into the show. Next one's coming up soon. We got a lot of great guests for you. I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Take it easy.